Marcus wiped down the last table of his shift, his feet aching and his mind racing through tomorrow's problems. Rent was due. His daughter Lily's school shoes had finally given out, and the refrigerator held nothing but half a carton of eggs and a bottle of ketchup. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of small moments to change lives, please stay with us and watch this story till the end. If there is any mistake or shortcoming in our story, please kindly forgive us and support us with your love, patience, and encouragement. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories, and tell us in the comments where in the world you are watching from. Your support means everything to us. He was 41 years old, a man who had once dreamed of building his own carpentry business, now scrubbing coffee rings from laminate tabletops for $11 an hour. Life had not been cruel all at once. It had been slow, grinding, and patient in its cruelty. Taking his wife to illness 6 years ago and leaving him with a 7-year-old girl who still slept with her mother's old sweater folded under her pillow. He pulled on his jacket, nodded goodnight to the evening manager, and pushed open the door of the cafe into the cold October air. He was nearly past the window when he heard it, a sharp, mocking laugh and a woman's voice cracking under the weight of humiliation. He stopped. Through the glass, he could see a well-dressed man standing over a woman seated alone at a corner table. She looked to be in her mid-50s, silver-haired, dressed simply, her hands trembling around a coffee cup. The man, younger, loud, expensive watch catching the light, was gesturing at her spilled drink with theatrical disgust while two of his friends recorded everything on their phones, laughing like it was the funniest thing they had ever seen. Marcus did not think. He pushed back through the door. "Hey," he said, walking straight to the table, his voice calm but carrying across the room. "That's enough." The man turned with an expression of pure disbelief. "Excuse me? Who are you?" "Someone who's telling you to stop," Marcus said, stepping between the man and the woman. She spilled a coffee. "It's not a crime. Back off." The man's eyes swept over Marcus, the worn jacket, the tired shoes, the name tag still clipped to his chest, and curled his lip. "Mind your business, janitor." Marcus did not flinch. "This is my business. Now you can leave on your own, or I can ask the manager to help you leave. Your choice." There was a long, rattling silence. The two friends had stopped laughing. Something in Marcus's stillness, not aggression, just absolute refusal to move, seemed to deflate the moment. The man straightened his jacket, muttered something ugly under his breath, and walked out. His friends followed without a word. Marcus turned to the woman. She was pressing a napkin to her eyes, and when she looked up at him, her expression was not relief exactly. It was something deeper and harder to name, like recognition. "Are you all right?" he asked gently. She nodded. "Thank you," she whispered. "People walked past. You were the only one who stopped." He offered her a small smile. "My name's Marcus. Can I get you another coffee?" She shook her head and said her name was Eleanor. They spoke for only a few minutes. She thanked him again. He told her it was nothing and meant it, then walked home through the cold, thinking only of Lily and the shoes and the eggs in the empty fridge. He forgot about it almost immediately, the way decent people often forget their own decency. 3 days later, as he was sweeping near the cafe entrance before his shift began, a black car pulled up outside. Eleanor stepped out. She was dressed differently now, more formal, more composed, and she was carrying a folder. She came directly to him. He blinked. "You came back," he said. She looked at him steadily. "I couldn't stop thinking about what you did. Not because it was extraordinary, though it was, but because of how you did it. No anger, no ego. You just stood up." She paused. "I've been looking for someone like that for a long time." It turned out that Eleanor was the founder of a small but thriving woodworking and furniture restoration company, a business built over 30 years that she had started with her late husband. She was retiring and had spent months searching for someone trustworthy, someone with skill and heart to take it forward. She had learned in those few minutes of conversation that Marcus had spent years in carpentry before hardship had pulled him away. She offered him a position not as an employee, but as a partner with a path to full ownership within 5 years. He stood there holding his broom, unable to speak, his eyes filled with tears he refused to let fall. "Why me?" he finally managed. "Because when everyone else looked away," she said simply, "you walked back through the door." Marcus started the following Monday. Within a year, he had moved Lily into a home with a garden. The carpentry shop became known across the county for its careful, honest work. He never forgot what a single moment of courage had cost. Him, nothing, and what it had returned to him, everything. If you believe that good people still exist in this world, this story is proof. And if Marcus's story moved your heart the way it moved mine, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it today, and subscribe to our channel Kindness True Stories, where every week we bring you real tales of humanity at its finest. Your support keeps these stories alive.